Hello to those of you seeking truth. This is Derek, once again on April 14th, 2017, coming at you with a second video. You'll notice I dropped the hoodie. It's because speaking truth kind of heats you up a little bit, gets you going. Just wanted to share some information about this North Park Elementary School shooting in San Bernardino, California, that occurred back on April 10th, and how it's directly related to the San Bernardino terrorist attack shooting from December of 2015. Now, first of all, I want to remind everybody that these terrorist attacks, although we talk about Gematria numerology, there's also things such as the distance between sites. That's also very significant as well. So remember on 322, just last month, there was an attack in London, exactly 322 kilometers from the Maelbeek train station in Brussels, Belgium. That attack also occurred on 322 back in 2016. Now this year, we have an attack in San Bernardino, California. This site, North Park Elementary School, when we follow it back down to Inland Regional Center, the site of the massacre in December 2015, you'll see that the distance is exactly 11.7 kilometers. Why is this significant? Well, San Bernardino, California, the coordinates of this city, they are on the 34th parallel and the 117th meridian. Now what I found to be pretty interesting, first of all, remember the word Masonic. We're going to see 115 and 74 frequently throughout this story. If you saw my video on murder by numbers, which I will have linked below, you'll see that these numbers are frequently used in ritual killings, sacrifices, and sometimes even hoax stories. The word killing also has this 74 and 115 Gematria. Also remember this 211 in primes. Now looking also at the Jewish cipher, I want people to notice killing 115 also in this cipher. Very uncommon to have matching Gematria between Jewish and any of these ciphers up here. Mason in Jewish Gematria is also 211. So what's interesting about this is that the number 117 sums to 211 in our new cipher, Jewish Ordinal. So does San Bernardino, California, 211. So this seems like a pretty good site for this type of event. I'm going to take these ciphers off for most of this decode here and just leave us with this primes cipher, in addition to the two standard reduction, reverse reduction, and then English ordinal, reverse ordinal. Another thing I want you to notice is that this was also big news on 4/11. I just did a video on 4/11. San Bernardino, California in full reduction, 114. We'll talk about this number at the end of the video. But also notice the 147 in reverse reduction. Of course, in octal, this number is 223, and it's a number that is strongly associated with the Freemasons. Now, going back to San Bernardino, California, we see English Ordinal 222. In 2015, the male shooter in this was Syed Rizwan Farouk, his name in reverse ordinal, summing to 222. His wife was involved in the shooting as well. Her name was Tashfeen Malik. Notice how she has the 74 Gematria in reverse reduction. Also, the 227 in reverse ordinal. Remember, once again, 22 divided by 7 equals pi, representing the circle of time. I'm going to crack open the septenary cipher for this one. You'll see it's a 49. The date, 12 plus 2 plus 20 plus 15, this sums to 49. The 49th prime number is 227. And Tashfeen Malik, 227 reverse ordinal. They said Syed Rizwan Farouk was from Karor La Ehsan, Pakistan. Reverse ordinal, 322, the inverse of 223, but a very significant number to Freemasonry. They like this mix of numbers, 223, 232, 322, summing to 777. Remember the number for killing, 115. When we transpose the 5, we also get 777 with these numbers as well, also significant. They called this an act of Islamic terrorism. Let's look at the Francis Bacon cipher and see that this also sums to 227 as well. This all took place at the Inland Regional Center in San Bernardino. That's 115 reverse reduction. I also want you to notice this 340 reverse ordinal, and this took place on the 34th parallel. The date of the shooting was December 2nd, reverse reduction 74, English ordinal 115. See the prime number cipher and the very clear 33? If we look at one of our two Kabbalah ciphers, KFW, we see a 193. 193 is the 44th prime number. Remember, kill sums to 44. 193 days after this shooting was the Pulse Orlando nightclub shooting as well. So a lot of connections between all these attacks. They said that this couple, let me take off this KFW cipher, the couple killed 14 people. Interesting gematria here of 226. We see this number stamped all the time, very closely related to 93. But also the reverse ordinal of 314, reminding us of pi 3.14. Perhaps it's no coincidence then that the attack back on December 2nd, 2015 lasted until exactly 3:14 p.m. It began at 10:58 a.m., making this a total of 256 minutes. Looking at the properties of 256, sum of divisors summing to 511, the inverse of 115, but a very significant number in its own right and its relationship to Saturn. In regards to the 1058 start time, if we punch in the number 158, look at this, full reduction 115, and English ordinal 223. Also worth noting that the shooters used 223 AR-15 type semi-automatic rifles, manufactured by none other than Remington. Remington sums to 115. In the English extended cipher, there's our 511. Now, this school shooting that just took place April 10th, that was the 100th day of the year. And look at the gematria of the word 100, giving us 74 and 115, numbers of killing. Also, 38 and 34, reminding us of the numbers of murder. April 10th this year was the first day of Passover. Passover sums to 115. Let's look at the name of this elementary school, North Park Elementary. This sums to 311, the factors of 33. And when we open up our ALW cipher, we get another 311. They constantly like to code school massacres. Scaring the children is one of the biggest things for the New World Order, and school massacre appropriately sums to 227. The name of the shooter, he was Cedric Anderson. In reverse reduction, this number is 84. 84, of course, like United States of America. 84 is a number that I kept noticing in this. Notice how United States of America, by the way, equals 722, the inverse of 227. Very interesting to me. But 84 kept coming up, and I couldn't figure out why, but I think it might be because 84, which sums to 134 in English ordinal, is the same as San Bernardino, 134 in English ordinal as well. And also notice how this is 432 in primes, another number that's closely associated with time. Police spokesperson, his name was Jared Bergwan. His name sums to 84. If we take out his first name, Bergwan also giving us 84 and 2 2s and a 7 as well. The shooting affected the San Bernardino City Unified School District. English ordinal, that sums to 433. 433 is the 84th prime number. And think, here we are 33 years removed from 1984. The target and first victim of this shooting, her name was Karen Smith. Her name sums to 118 in English ordinal. I'm going to open up the standard Jewish cipher and show you that homicide equals 118. Also, death sums to 118. And Karen Smith in this cipher also 373 Jewish Gematria. That's the 74th prime, like Masonic and killing. Her full name, Karen Elaine Smith, in full reduction, 74. The killer, in order to get to the classroom, they said he had to walk a short distance. That gives us Gematria of 156, like the word 33 when we spell it out. Also this 222 that we saw in San Bernardino, California. But how about this number? Primes, 496. It's worth noting that from the shooting on December 2nd, 2015 to the one on April 10th, 2017 was exactly 496 days. My calculator has a glitch at the moment where that's wrong. They used a large caliber revolver. This in reverse ordinal sums to 330. And of course there was a response to this event by a gun advocacy group, gun control advocacy group called Every Town for Gun Safety. They, in single reduction, with the S exception, sums to 115. Also notice this 1018 in the prime number cipher. They made sure to tell us that this school was closed down for 7 days. 7 days has full reduction Gematria of 33, as does 1 week, also 33. Another detail from this story, they said that the shooter shot from 10 to 15 feet away. Think 10 to 15, we drop the 0 in numerology, we have a 115. The 3 victims who died in this were 53, 53, and 8 years old. And adding those numbers gives us 114, just like San Bernardino, California, in full reduction. The shooting was exactly 4 months, 1 week, and 1 day after the shooting from December 2nd. And this I believe I can show you. Yep. So 1 year, 4 months, 1 week, 1 day. Think about the date, 4/10/2017. If we reduce these numbers, which we can do on the calculator here by clicking options and going to number calculations, and type 410, that gives us 1. 2017, this gives us 10 if we add these 4 numbers together. So essentially it breaks down to another 411. So there you have it. This school shooting was definitely highly coded. Looks like a total hoax to me, coded like a hoax, just like all the other news stories. Thanks for watching. Again, have a great day.